WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have something from Aberfeldy. Aberfeldy 18, well, that's not rare, but this is the Pauillac Bordeaux limited edition. A limited bottling batch number 2920. 43% alcohol by volume, ABV. 18 years old, and I paid basically 98 euros, 90, so about 100 euros for this. Translates around to about $120. All right, so I'm not a great fan of Aberfeldy so far, to be very, very honest, and I must be very, very open that I do not like this bottle. I'm not talking about the content, I'm talking about the bottle. All right, so first of all, you have something here, established 1846. So here you can see this, established 1846. Now, on the back of the bottle, it says here, established 1898. What? Now, you have to understand that Aberfeldy, the distillery, everyone else online says established 1896, not 98. So I guess they started building and then actually 98 is when they started producing. So that's the Aberfeldy distillery. This, and you can take a look at the very microscopic small lettering here, is the Dewar's brand. So the 1846 is Dewar's. Belongs to John Dewar's and Son, which was bought by Bacardi, so there's a Bacardi whiskey. And on the back, they actually have the real date of the distillery. All right, so it shows that the Aberfeldy is basically a blended whiskey. Not this bottle, but they produce mainly for the blended market, for Dewar's. And so they do have a 12-year-old, they do have an 18-year-old, they do have a 21-year-old. I think there's actually a 16-year-old out there as well. So they have 2 wash stills with 16,500 liters. They have 2 spirit stills with 15,000. They produce around 3 million liters a year. So they're basically in the middle of most of the average size of a Irish single malt distillery. Now what happened here is they took their 18-year-old whiskey and they put it into this Pauillac, which is on the western coast of France, and that region that's very famous for the Grand Cru. So maybe the best Bordeaux wine region of the world. And they took the cask and put that in there for about 4, maybe 5 months. It's a finish. So there's another video I just did recently. Same price, almost the same age, also 18 years old. But this was a full maturation in wine cask. So I can actually do a comparison here because I still have something left in my glass, my German video. And this is amazing for the price, 100 euros, 18-year-olds, full maturation. Here we have 4, maybe 5 months, same price. 48%, 43%. Now in the nose, I don't really get the wine finish immediately. What I do get is honey, and what I do get is cranberries. So that cranberry moment must come from the Bordeaux casks. It says here, whoops, the bottle is not what I want. I want the tin. It says here with notes of honey, cherries, and almonds. So I don't get cherries, I get cranberry. And the almonds, I can almost go along with it. There's a little bit of a nice malty, nutty moment here. All right, cheers. Wow, it's tart. It's cranberry tart. If you like to have a cranberry tart whiskey, ta-da, Aberfeldy 18 from my Pauillac. It's P-A-U-I-L-L-A-C, not Pauillac. Pauillac. Red cask, a red wine cask is definitely for you. There's a tiny, tiny little bit of sulfur at the end as well. Here I get a lot of sulfur. I get a lot of red wine. I get a definite sulfur moment as well. Somewhat strong. Here it's very, very faint, but it's there. But the problem is the finish. So I might have a whiskey. I'm going to enjoy it for minutes and minutes until I have my next swallow. And now the entire time my mouth is basically covered with tannins. It's a dark, dry, heavy astringence that's covering my gums and my tongue. And that's not what Whiskey Jason wants here from a whiskey. The honey's basically gone here on the palate, and what's left is a winey moment. Did you see it? Winey? And what is also, I don't think the 18-year-old was in very fresh casks. It tastes like it was third fill minimum. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What always surprises me here as well is how much heat an 18-year-old, 100-year-old whiskey can still have at 43%. I mean, it's not a disturbing factor, but I expect to be very round after 18 years. I expect it to be silky, but it's not. There's a little bit of a heat that comes through there. It's like, oh, that's a surprise. And then the tannins really, really take over. Not my cup of tea. To be very, very honest, I'm going to give this bottle a C minus. It's not a bad, but it's just not my wheelhouse. Value for money, I'm going to give it a D. I think 100 euros for something I don't like is a little bit too much money to pay for it. Now, if you really like to have that cranberry moment in your whiskey, well, take a cheap whiskey, Aberfeldy 12, and pour a little bit of Bordeaux red wine in there. You might just get exactly the same thing on the palate experience. So whiskey base number 164376. I don't think I mentioned that so far. And yeah, so far it's been in Germany and Austria. I haven't seen any place else in the world. So maybe you might get a bottle sometime soon. Maybe it was for travel retail originally, and then ta-da, COVID happened, and now we get to have things that we normally don't or would not have. So finished in French red wine cask from Pauillac, Bordeaux. So bottled in Scotland, finished in Pauillac casks. Aberfeldy's wonderfully soft signature honey and creamy vanilla notes are invigorated with swaths of plush ripe cherries and lovely nutty aromas of toasted almonds to create an incredibly elegant and fruitful whiskey. The perfect treat for any discerning drinker. Stephanie McLeod. Well, apparently I'm not discerning. I just love that, don't you? All right. Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys, usually whiskeys you'll never ever see. Oh, 1 second. I can, it's sweet, it's good, it's much, here we had the red wine cask on the nose was turned down on the volume to like 3 to 4. Here it's like 7 to 9, or maybe like an 8. The tannins are really here more and more evident over here. It's the sweetness of the wine as well as a little bit of the sulfur. Which one would I prefer? Oh, the sulfur's here stronger. I'm going to have to go over here. But still, it's not a whiskey I'd buy again. Never, ever. All right. Thank you very much. Please like, please subscribe. Please tell others about this crazy American over here tasting whiskey you'll probably never see. Thank you very much for watching. All the best. See you soon. Whiskey Jason. Ciao.